What a day, what a day, what a day. Yeah. Welcome, everybody, to TEM Sports, the #1 sports podcast in my duplex. Still #1. I feel like I'm off center. There we go. Now I'm on center. I'm your host, Mr. Tiger Adinaldo. And with me, as always, is the one, the only Mr. Pun Fu Panda. Mr. Pun, how are you, sir?
I'm well.
And as you can see, right next to him is the one and only, our man on the inside, Mr. Cameroni DiPrenzio. Mr. Cam, how are you today, sir?
Doing good, doing good.
Lot to unpack today.
It's a full suitcase.
There's a whole lot to unpack. I feel like I'm still adjusting my mic. I'm still getting situated. Trying to situate the situation. We got our first studio audience today.
On the sports show, yeah.
Yeah, on the sports show.
Yep,
Shout out to our studio audience.
Whoop, whoop. How?
Miss Bozak. Get the Bozak. Get the Bozak. Bozak. Can y'all hear us in there okay? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. She brought a friend along with her. And they both brought some Taco Bell.
They did.
I am not mad at that at all whatsoever.
Not at all.
Yeah, it's gonna be a good show. Little bit depressing things happen today, but still gonna be a good show.
I think we don't have to talk about that.
I mean, we kind of do.
We do.
There is no depression over here.
None whatsoever.
No. I don't let them affect my life.
Okay.
Yeah. Not that team.
I'll tell you what should be affected though. Why don't you affect these people's lives and tell them how they can get in touch with you, sir?
On Instagram and Snapchat at PunFruPanda, and on Facebook, Puncapasso.
And Mr. Cameroni DiPrenzio, how can they get in touch with you, sir?
On the gram, Cam61916. And on Twitter, BucksGuy14.
Oh, man, I love it. And if you want to reach me.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you know I'm going to do it. You know you can reach me at Tiger39. That's THAIGER 39. And you can reach me on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, Christian Mingle,
Uber Eats,
Twitch, Uber Eats, Grubhub,
Tinder, Plenty of Fish,
MySpace. Anywhere that the media is social, you can find me at Tiger39. You can also find me at Tiger39.com, YouTube.com/Tiger39.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, if you want to find us at Anchor.fm/Tiger39.
There we go.
For all your podcasting needs.
Dun, dun.
Oh, man. Oh, you know what? Already, my mom is in the chat.
What up,
on YouTube.
What up, Mom?
On YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that's amazing. That's amazing. Also, really quick for Miss Bozak.
Oh, yeah.
You know, she's a mom.
Yep.
Wait, are you a mom too? No? Okay. That's all right. That's all right. We'll give you the hold on. I got something for you too. Wait a minute. There we go. Kelsey's in here.
What up, Kels?
She's already in the chat.
Kelsey.
Old Peppy No Neck.
Oh, Peppy
on
No Neck
Facebook.
is in the chat?
Yeah, look at that. What's up, Pops?
Cam is with us.
Cam is with us. Yeah. Matt flicked us off, so he's here.
Gonzo's in the chat. Gonzo's in the chat.
And Goose is here.
Is Goose in here?
Yeah. Look at that.
Blow it up for Goose. I always forget to do the air horn when Cam's here. Like he's here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, he can't be in the chat.
Yeah, sitting right in front of
Yeah.
me. And I don't ever, bless him with the air horn, but that changes today.
I mean, in your defense, I haven't recognized it either until now.
I mean, but I'm the captain. I should recognize it.
True.
Let me pull up my my Instagram chat just in case we got some people in there. Hold on, bear with me, people. Bear with me. Or not. It's up to you.
Yeah, you don't have to.
Turn the volume down real quick. All right, now that I
think
got
we're
that,
official now, right?
I think we're officially official right now.
Miss Kayla.
Is Kayla in here?
Kayla's in here.
Kayla's in the chat.
What up, Kay?
Kayla, my children better behaving.
Oh, is she babysitting for you
If
right
they're
now?
not, you put them in fucking line.
And Jackie P.
Look, what's up, Mom? Hello.
Jackie P is in there. All right, so let me bring this ticker up because we got some things to discuss.
Sure do.
As it says on the ticker, what the fuck happened?
Oh, we're going to lead off with that, huh?
Yeah, we just right
Are
off
we
the
diving
gate.
in?
All right.
We're diving right in. So there was a let me lead in. There was a Browns game today.
Yeah, there was
was a
some
game?
sort of a game.
Something played. There was also one last week.
There was.
When we didn't have a show last week.
Yep.
So first, let's talk about that.
Yeah,
The Browns won.
we did
last week.
Yeah.
And looked like a football team.
Yes.
And for everybody watching, I know I'm saying this with confidence. I don't know anything about sports, so don't let me. I'm just really good at kind of guiding the conversation. So they won last week.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit about that. Like what went down last week that basically didn't go down today?
We played a team that was thought to be good,
Right.
but obviously wasn't as good as their record indicated when we played them.
Okay.
Because that same team is losing to Cincinnati right now.
Right this minute?
Yeah.
They won.
Ooh.
Oh, they won?
They came back and won. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
I take that back then.
But-
They came
Well,
back
then
and
we
won.
played a good team.
But I mean, I still don't think Indianapolis is quite the team that their record
Cam is
indicates.
crunching all up
He
in
is.
the mic. Cam's just
In that
No,
mode right now.
no fucks.
No fucks.
yeah. So we played a team that was
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Yeah, we were both 3-1.
Right. Real
And-
quick, shout out to Mr. Delgado on
What up, Will?
Instagram. Well, they looked good during that game.
They looked good the last 4 weeks when we won.
Right.
Yeah.
So
It's when we're playing legit Super Bowl contenders
right.
this year, that's when we've had a problem because we've got ran out the stadium in
Manhandled.
both games,
On all
Baltimore
sides.
and Pittsburgh.
In all facets of the game.
So yeah, Baltimore kind of
Baltimore, yeah. In the Baltimore and Pittsburgh game so far, we scored a combined 13 points.
wow.
Yeah.
Giving up 76.
Yeah. Against Super Bowl contending teams.
And here's the funny thing. Yes, last week against Indy, everybody was like, "Oh, they were the number one defense." All right, let's pump the brakes on that. Yeah. Statistically, yes, they were the number one defense. But if anybody watched the Pittsburgh game today, there is no way you can argue the fact that the Pittsburgh is not a top 3, not even top 5, top 3 defense.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You could play dude. Like they were talking about it. Tony Romo was touching on it during the game.
Okay.
That team.
Real quick before you go any further,
What?
so that we don't get chastised. Shout out to Blue Belt Emily.
Oh, yes.
Emily.
She's in
What
the
up, Blue
chat
Belt?
because she will chastise
Yes.
us. And my man Dylan is in the chat on Instagram. And
What up,
Dylan is
Dylan?
a sports
What's
guy,
up,
so
Dylan?
he'll probably stick
Yeah.
around. But okay, please continue, Cam.
So, I mean, if you want to take away what you want to take away from the last 3 weeks, we played a Cincinnati team who is not good.
Right.
You played a Washington team who is not good.
Right.
You played a Colts team who I think is
They're on the line.
They're on the line.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
they've got some players and they've have the number one statistical defense on paper.
Okay.
But you saw today, if you watched any bit of that game,
Yeah, I was
That
in front. I was
Pittsburgh-
literally DJing in
Yeah.
front of a screen that had it on there. and
Pittsburgh's
it was,
defense is top 3 in the league.
Yeah,
hands down.
it was painful.
Yeah.
I mean, here's what it said to me is we were not prepared at all.
Mm-mm.
And you can't sit there and tell me you want to be in the talk for you want to be a top contender in our division and the league if you can't go out and at least compete with teams who are better than you. There wasn't even
Right.
there was no competing today. It was straight up to the woodshed, wood paddle.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't. I turned
They
it
got
off.
spanked.
I turned it off midway through the third quarter.
Kind of what? It's kind of it's the game. What happened to us in the game is what Myles Garrett did to Mason Rudolph last year. Pretty much.
And they just they
Yeah,
went
pretty
out.
much.
They weren't prepared. Baker
Smacked
Mayfield
us in the
looked,
head with a helmet.
Right.
That's what they did today.
Baker looked awful.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, he had his ribs were bothering him, but
Yeah.
you know, I think there is more there than people realize, and I'll touch on that.
Right.
But I think there is more there that people don't realize.
Mm-hmm.
That I think the Browns are going to be faced with a decision come the end of this season.
Yep.
And what I mean by that is, you could see today,
He's clearly not.
he has no. I don't want to say has no idea, but he's having a very, very difficult time
Reading defenses.
reading post-snap defense.
defenses. Yeah. Even pre-snap.
And I know that's foreign to you, so basically once
Yeah.
the ball is
I was
snapped,
about to say. The camera wasn't on me, but I'm over here like this, trying to look like.
so
So, okay, what the hell did you just say?
basically once Baker says, hike, what claps his hands, when he gets the ball,
Real quick, my mom asked, "Are they ever prepared?"
yeah, honestly, yes. I mean, the last 3 weeks, the last 3 weeks, or 4 weeks, I should say, they've looked like a very prepared team. It just looked like today when they got there and, they came out, held Pittsburgh to a field goal. They drove right down the field, stopped them in the red zone, held them to a field goal. Hey, that's a win for your defense who has been suspect all year.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's a win, right? Get the ball back, 3rd and 4, and boom, pick 6. Now you're down 10-0.
That's not preparation, though. That was Baker's fault all the way. Yeah.
Him not preparing.
Yeah.
How to read defenses.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
And that'll we'll get back into that, but I don't think the team.
Hold on real quick. Swole is in the chat with us.
Oh, what up, Tommy?
Oh, wait, I hit the wrong. And also, I Love Vu is in the chat with us. Miss I Love Vu. Okay, please continue.
So, yeah, I mean, I think they were prepared the last couple weeks. Not that they weren't prepared today, but the game plan didn't go as they wanted it to go, and I didn't see any adjustments anywhere. Like, there was nothing that they did to show that they were adjusting and actually wanted to compete. I think they got down, were they down 24-7 at half?
Yeah.
And they threw in the towel at halftime. I think that was it. They threw in the towel at halftime. You saw Odell screaming on the sidelines, and everybody, oh, he's a fucking diva. No, that's one of your leaders being fired up in a game that obviously he knows about. He was brought here.
He wants to win.
He was brought here for a reason, okay? Yeah. Change culture. This is, we're going to be a winning franchise. We're going to be a winning team. Yet you're not. Yes, you're kicking teams' asses that you should beat.
Right.
But when you get in that game against a team that, you want the league to notice, hey, you know what? Maybe we do need to watch out for these Browns this year. Maybe they're a different caliber team.
This was the game to do that.
This was the game to prove your point. Like, hey, you can uncircle us off your schedule as an easy W.
Yeah.
Right.
But you went out there and you got manhandled in every facet of the game. So it's like, how do you take the Browns? Yes, they're 4-2. There's plenty of time for them to still make the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, our defense played not great.
Right.
But our offense, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if it was a combination of, play calling, game plan didn't work right away, so you didn't really know how to adjust. But there are a lot of people saying, Baker's not the guy. But here's the thing: the Browns have changed and changed and changed so much, and I get it. But at the same time, sometimes you got to take that punch. Now, he's the third year in the league. He's taking some punches. But me personally think he has the rest of this season to figure out those post-snap reads. And if he cannot do that or doesn't show improvement on doing that, you really have a tough decision in the offseason whether you need to draft a quarterback or move on.
Yep.
Because you're not going to beat anybody who is worth a shit in this league if you can't read a post-snap defense. You will not make it.
Nope.
You will not.
Let me ask you this: How do their playoff outlook for them? How does that look?
They could still make playoffs.
Yeah.
I mean, they have they're going to play
I mean, it's
Pittsburgh.
really still too early
It's too
now.
early.
But I mean, losing this game didn't help.
Yeah.
No. And losing the way they lost didn't help.
Didn't
I mean,
help
it
either.
kills the team morale. That's a rival. Well, it's
I
a
don't
rivalry
consider it,
game
yeah.
on paper, but you have to compete in a rivalry game, and there's no competition right now in that rivalry. Pittsburgh's 18-2-1 in the last 21 meetings.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, the Browns haven't won in Pittsburgh since 2003. Okay.
That was
So
our freshman year in college,
there's no, you know what I'm saying?
Since
There's
03?
since 03, the last time they
Yeah.
won in Pittsburgh.
In
So
Pittsburgh.
there's no competition there. So that's not a rivalry to me. Yes, it's a rivalry because it states it, but that's not a rivalry. You got to compete for it to be a rivalry, and they're not competing against Pittsburgh.
Really quick, Goose said, we will see what kind of a team we have in the next 5 weeks because we should be favorites in all.
Not really, because you don't learn nothing from that. When you beat teams you're supposed to beat, you don't learn nothing.
Yeah.
I mean,
The team we know we have right now, through 6 weeks of the season, we have a team that's mediocre at best, who beats the teams they should, but when they play teams better than them that you want to compare yourself to, we're trash.
You got to compete. You got to compete, and there's none. I mean, there's no. And an odd stat from today's game, and I looked, and Pittsburgh dominated. But here's the thing: they had 277 yards of total offense. The Browns had 220, so they had 57 more yards of total offense.
But put up
38 points. You know what that tells me? They spent way too much fucking time in our end of the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when you play a team like Pittsburgh, field position
Matters.
is huge.
Yep.
You can flip the field, make them take long 85, 90-yard drives.
Mm-hmm.
You have a chance to beat them. If you play, within yourself. And today it just didn't look like the Browns at all played within themselves at all.
So how do they bounce back from this?
Well, first off, you got to examine Baker Mayfield and find out.
I'm really good at asking questions, by the way.
You are.
Spot on. I mean, Pun can tell me if I'm wrong, but I think you have to examine Baker Mayfield and see if his ribs are okay, because here's the deal. Pun knows this. Regardless of what position you play in football, if you know anything about football, if you're a quarterback, you're making throws.
Yeah.
Your ribs are affected every single play. A, you're making a throw, and B, once you make that throw, they're exposed to the lineman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. But you saw today some of his throws were not on. They were higher, and when he did get hit, you saw it hurt.
Yeah.
I mean, he took one hit from
there were times
Bud Dupree, and he got up, and you could tell he was in pain.
I mean, there were times where he didn't even get hit.
And you could tell
and
he
you
was
could
hurt.
tell they were bothering him. I said before the game that
They should have started Case Keenum.
we should have thought about starting Case Keenum, and I got lit
100%.
up.
100%.
Now, I asked you this earlier, but who is Case Keenum?
He's our backup.
Okay.
Yeah.
But the
You
thing
said
is
he's
he
been in the
played.
league for a while.
Yeah, he's
But
been in the
Right.
he's been in our system for the last 5 years with Stefanski.
With Stefanski in Minnesota.
Yeah.
So he knows the
So
system.
he knows the system. So you won't have that learning curve with him. He'll just need to get down. He'll just need to get down to rhythm with the receivers more.
I mean, when he came in, he did look pretty comfortable.
He looked comfortable, but I mean, it's his first time playing, so and the game was out of hand, so you weren't going to have him do anything
Right.
special.
But, I mean, when he came in, he did look like he looked like he knew what he was doing.
for that,
He wasn't trying to figure out.
for that, 9 minutes he was in?
Yeah.
Even in the huddle, which is crazy because Baker's been playing for
3 years.
6.5 games now
Yeah.
with us. So in this, even quarter of a game that Keenum was in, you could tell he had the guy's attention more,
Yeah.
which is bad for Baker. Because if your backup comes in and has the guy's attention more than you do, and this is his first time playing this
That
year,
means the other guys
it's
are
not-
losing
it's not a
good
trust.
look.
They're losing trust in you.
yeah,
Not a good look at all whatsoever.
And I agree 100%. I got into a heated argument, and I got torn apart when I said the same thing as Pun about starting Case Keenum.
Mm-hmm.
Why the fuck would you do that, Baker? Blah, 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 this and that. Look, yeah, he's looked good the last couple weeks, but it's against shitty fucking teams, period. I mean, that's the end of the story. And I got to go back to my point. He's got to be able to read post-snap defenses, period. End of story. You're not going to compete in the playoffs. And then your defense might give up, 25, 30 points a game, but you're not going to outscore Pittsburgh. You're not going to outscore the Chiefs. You're not going to outscore these teams who score 45 and 50 points a game. You're not going to do that.
and
The Browns have oodles of talent.
Yeah.
I mean, oodles of talent. They probably got one of the most talented rosters in the NFL.
on paper,
On paper.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you got to go out. I mean, you got to go out and prove that you're ready to take that jump, and they're not. They can say they are all they want to, but my personal opinion, Case Keenum should have started this game.
Yep.
Not that it would change the outcome. We don't know, but I think he should have started this game for the pure fact that Mayfield was hurt. Your next couple before you play the Raiders, who are
surprisingly
a
good.
surprisingly better team than their record shows.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yes, I think you should have rested Baker. Not just if he's your franchise guy and he's the guy you're going to go to bat with, then you need to protect him. Putting him out there against a defense who is the number one blitzing defense in the NFL. They're known for hitting. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do.
Yeah.
You're kind of setting them up to get hurt even more. What happens if he takes a shot in a rib, dead shot in the ribs, goes down, breaks ribs? Now he's out 2 to 3 weeks. You're already down Nick Chubb, who I think had something. I mean, we didn't run the ball great at all today. Not saying Nick Chubb would help, but there's a big difference in our offense with Nick Chubb is on the field than he is off the field.
Yes.
I mean, that it changes your play calling. It changes
Wait,
everything.
Chubb wasn't out there?
No,
No,
Chubb's
he's
out
hurt.
for 6 weeks.
Yeah, he's out. Yeah, he's out for 6
That's
weeks.
That's not good.
And Kareem Hunt is more than a good backup.
100%.
Yeah.
But what makes our running game good is when both of them are in the game.
Right.
Because then you don't know who's getting the ball.
Right.
Right. Really quick, Pepe Nonek said our D in the first quarter gave the offense good field position.
Yeah.
And
100%.
our offense didn't do anything.
Yes.
For sure.
course, that's not what he typed. But
No, that's a different story.
But that's how I'm reading it.
But I mean, that's the thing right there is your defense has been so bad, and people have been ripping our defense apart all season about how shitty it is. And granted, we're down a couple guys.
We are.
But if your defense against a team like Pittsburgh, who has shown how good they are, if your defense gives your
still
offense
giving you
good
good field
position,
position,
you've got to capitalize on that. You have to. And when you don't, I mean, you see what happens. It's a snowball effect.
Mm-hmm.
Everything goes to
Because
hell.
getting back to Goose's point, like, the next 5 weeks, we could still.
I think we'll be favored in all 5 minus the Raiders game.
So
I
we'll
don't
still
think, I think
we'll
the
still
Raiders
end
are,
up looking like a good, oh wow, like look at this record, they're a good team. But again, you have to, people have to take in mind what competition that's against.
right.
Because when you get into playoffs,
That ain't
you might
against
not
the
be
shitty team.
favored
Yeah.
in a game,
No.
but you still have to win that game if you want to advance. So after the next 5 weeks, we could be 9-2, which would look fantastic.
But when you get in the playoffs, you ain't going to play a fucking team
You're
like
not
the
going-
Bengals
Yeah.
who won one game
Yeah.
and play like ass. You're not.
So I want to judge the team off of when we play good teams. And so far this year, trash.
Hasn't been looking good.
No.
I mean,
It's
I think it
awful.
would be good morale for the city.
Oh, it
to
would.
even
Well,
just
yeah.
get to the playoffs.
But that's been the problem in this city.
Yeah.
5 wins. Woo, it's a good year.
No, it's a terrible year.
And then the next year, they're like, we're going to the Super Bowl. Why?
Has there been a lot of that talk in the city recently?
For the last 20
Super Bowl-
years.
When they were
Super Bowl
4,
talk?
they were 4-1. That was the
Yeah.
big thing is they put the Browns made the top 10 this week for power rankings. They were number 10,
Yeah.
and everybody was going crazy. Oh my God, we're in the top 10. It's like
It's like, it's
calm down.
exciting.
You're
You
gonna
should be
see-
excited.
You should be excited.
But
You're gonna
calm
see
down and let's see how we play against legit teams.
caliber
And
team.
Like slow your roll a smidgen.
yeah, just be excited. Because like I said, like this city for football fans, they need anything to be excited about.
Yeah.
So 4-1 is a reason to be excited.
Right.
Because there were some of those games, even though we should have won, the old Browns would have lost the Dallas game.
Right.
Okay.
They maybe would have lost the Cincinnati game
The Indy
Okay.
game.
and the Indy game. But this team showed, hey, instead of finding a way to lose these games, we're going to win these games.
Right. I feel
So
like,
that was a positive.
I feel like the old Browns have actually lost those games.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, for sure. You know what I mean? So it was something to be excited about. But at the same time, we also had to take in consideration the competition.
Yeah.
Right.
And I don't think a lot of people did that,
Got to have realistic expectations about it.
for sure. Yeah.
Really quick, Kelsey said she likes my shirt. Thank you. I mean, let's talk about what's really important. This shirt that I'm
I mean,
wearing.
it is a dope shirt.
So the way to turn it around is
I mean,
Baker.
well, not big. You got to figure out if you're gonna start him with bad ribs
Yeah.
or you're gonna go with Case Keenum. And I mean, personally, I think you're gonna play Cincinnati next week. Okay, in
Right,
Cincinnati, it's not a guaranteed win, but your chances of winning are pretty good.
Yeah.
But Cincinnati showed today that, that is going to be a dangerous team towards the end of this year, I think, and going into the next year, I think they're going to surprise some
You think
people.
they're starting to
You
get
can-
it together a little more?
You can see it. You can see it starting to get together. You can see it starting to mesh. You can see, the wide receivers coming together with the rookie QB.
Real quick, Pun, can you turn my camera a little bit?
Turn it.
Yeah, turn my camera. I think it's a little off right now. If you could be so kind, sir. If you wouldn't mind terribly.
Yeah. I don't know.
Just a little bit more. That way. A little bit more. There you go. There you go. All right, now I'm
bang.
good. There it is. Okay.
But yeah, I think that's their first order of business is to figure out if they're going to start Baker Mayfield next week or they're going to go with Case Keenum because, and I think it needs to be done tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because
immediately figure it out.
Not wait
and
till
make it
fucking
happen.
Friday or Saturday or game time decision. Because here's the thing: you wait till that game time decision, and Keenum, I'm sure obviously he'll take first string snaps with the first string. But if you go into Saturday with an unknown situation, that does, you know what I'm saying? That affects your mental state with the other guys. Stefanski comes out Monday, hey, Baker's ribs are not good. We're going to heal him up against Cincinnati. We're going to let him sit out this week. Your guys going into that game know, okay, Keenum's our quarterback. We're going to practice with them all week. Get some sort of rhythm going into Cincinnati.
Right.
Because you have no rhythm right now. Your rhythm was literally sucked right out of you by
Just
Pittsburgh.
all thrown off.
Yep.
They just took it away. Like it's gone. They sucked it right from you.
Mm-hmm.
So, I think that's the first, for me, in my opinion, that's the first order of business.
For sure.
You want to send Baker out there hurt, that's fine. But
I feel like
You
that's,
can't keep-
that's a terrible idea.
you can't send him out there knowing his ribs are in that bad a shape, playing the position he plays.
Really quick, Ricky
Oh, yeah.
said,
Yeah.
your window is so small with the talent we have on this team, and it's closing fast.
Yep.
We do not have any more time to waste on Baker. He's made it clear he is not a franchise quarterback. Case Keenum will not make Sports Center, but he also will not turn the ball over and can win you games.
Yep.
He's proven success in this offense before. Do not waste another season on Baker.
That's
We talked to me and Ricky actually talked about this pregame. I
Right.
was driving up to get lunch, and me and him had a conversation about this. And we talked about this yesterday golfing too.
Yeah.
And I agree 100%.
Yep.
You don't.
Oh, I thought your mic shut off.
No.
I was like, what the fuck just happened?
The Browns are known for changing things right away when they don't work.
Mhm.
Okay, but like I said before, Baker's in his third year. Okay, and somebody was like, "Oh, well, you guys are ripping him the fuck apart. He's been, how do you expect to get better with 3 different schemes?" Listen, it don't matter what scheme you have.
Yeah.
Right.
If you can't read a defense, guess what? A scheme is not going to help you read a defense.
No.
Sorry.
No, not at all.
And then you can go and tell me that I haven't watched football. No,
Mm.
dude. Here's the deal. If you can't read a defense, you could bring in Bill Belichick. Baker's still going to suck if he fucking sucks and can't read a defense.
Yeah.
Period. End of story. It doesn't matter what scheme you bring in. Yes, he's had 3 different schemes in the last 3 years, but guess what? That obviously none of those or any of those coaches have helped them be able to post, snap, read a defense.
Yeah.
Your elite quarterbacks know how to post, snap, read a defense. Prime example today. Okay. There was a couple times at the line he should have audibled, didn't.
Yep.
Right? And then one particular play I noticed, and they pointed it out. The 4th and 1 on our own 29-yard line, and we went for it, and Kareem Hunt got stuffed.
Yeah.
Odell Beckham went in motion.
Yep.
There wasn't a single fucking guy in Pittsburgh that even looked at Odell Beckham.
Yeah.
Really?
Nobody even looked at him going in motion because they knew
They knew
Kareem Hunt was getting the ball. Baker needs to be able to read that. At that point, you can't audible because you've already snapped the ball. He needs to be able to see that as Odell is going in motion. Hey, there's not a single person.
Notice there's no trailer
looking
with
at him. Nobody's even acknowledging he's running in motion. Hello, that is Odell Beckham Jr. There should be a tab on that guy. We needed 8 inches maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe 8 inches to get the first down.
It was so bad that when he went in motion, his defender who was guarding him
Crashed down.
So he didn't follow him to the other side
He
of the
didn't
field.
follow him.
He was like, "Oh, Odell's going to motion. I'm just going to stack the box."
Wow.
That's what
And
I'm
Baker
talking
didn't see
about.
that.
He needs to be able
Yeah.
to see that, not hand the ball to Hump. Jesus Christ, Hunt.
And then
And
just
that's
flick
a
it out
quick
to Odell.
dump to Odell.
That's a
There's
touchdown.
nobody there.
Yeah.
There's nobody there. At that point,
Yeah.
that changes the the
not-
whole outcome.
Don't know,
but here's
but-
the thing. You get that first down. That's a touchdown. There's nobody there.
Yeah.
Because everybody else has crashed down. The safeties have crashed. The ends have crashed on the outside. And like Punt said, the trailer had already come into the box.
Yeah.
Odell's got elite speed. He's not going to catch him.
No one is.
You get the ball to Odell with space like that, you're not going to catch him. He's going in for a touchdown.
I mean,
At that point-
against Dallas, it was Dallas, right?
Yes.
On that reverse, the defender chased him back 5 yards. Odell he's so fast that he ran back
Got away from
10,
him.
was still in traffic, and nobody even touched him.
Nobody touched him on the way to the end zone.
So if you don't
At
have
all.
nobody by him, that's
He's not going to get caught.
Throwing the damn ball.
just flick it.
But
Just
that's
flick the ball.
But that's the thing with what to go along with Ricky's point is he's got to be able to post read, and
Yep.
it doesn't matter what scheme you're running, whether you're a run dominant team, pass dominant team, play action, a combo of both. It doesn't matter what scheme Kevin Stefanski's bringing in. If Baker Mayfield cannot start to progress and get better at reading these post snap defenses, he's not going to work, and that's all there is to it. I'm telling you, he's got to the end of the season to do it.
Yeah.
And if he doesn't do it,
Do they get rid of him? Or
I don't know if they'll
do they
get
make
rid of
him
him.
the backup?
they
or-
might make him the backup until he shows progression. Because here's the deal. people are not going to be okay with these mediocre years anymore.
Right.
You've got too much talent on this team, and like Ricky said, the window is starting to close. Yeah. The talent's going to be like, listen, if you guys can't get it together, I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, you preach me one thing, and we go on the field, and it's something completely different.
Mm-hmm.
If you're not gonna,
Vega's in the chat on Instagram talking about I don't like this.
Vega.
Oh, man.
But I do. That's my opinion. I think there'll be more than half the people, you know, out there who would agree with that.
Are you sure
know?
though? Because this city's really
they're sold on Baker Mayfield. But guess what?
I mean, I was look, I was a Baker
because here's
guy,
what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen.
Really quick before you finish that,
Yeah.
Ricky said what Baker did in college that made him successful does not work in the NFL.
For sure.
It's a bigger and faster league. That running around making plays is not going to cut it in the league. No. You got to read the defense, which he cannot.
Yeah. What also hurts.
He yelled that.
Yeah.
He's shown it over and over again. Yeah. He also yelled that.
What also hurts is that the accuracy he had in college isn't there either.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
No,
like I mean, that Baker in college could thread the ball literally through the eye hole of a needle. Like that's how good his accuracy was. Meaning, like if his receiver was covered, he was still so confident in his accuracy, he would still throw it because he knew his receiver was going to get to the ball.
Yeah.
So he wasn't throwing to the receiver. He would throw the ball 5 yards ahead of his receiver and let the receiver run and get it.
He'd throw it to where the receiver was going to be.
And he's not doing that now.
I think he still has the accuracy. It's not consistent as it was in college.
If y'all could see the stuff that Vega is saying in the chat.
Oh man, is he still at Barley?
He said I might take a large lady home to test the dexterity of my bed. Vega must have been. He must be drinking currently.
Heavily.
Man, that's
he must be sipping. He must be doing some sippage. Vega act like he's a small individual.
Right.
But I mean, to finish off my point, I think, you know, the city and all these people are so gung ho on Baker, you know, because he's won us some games.
I was a Baker guy,
but
I'm also
I'm a realist here.
Yeah.
Here's the deal: you're gonna get what's gonna happen is you're gonna have some of these guys who have oodles of talent go, all right, I want out, and they're gonna make it public.
Yeah.
And then here's what's gonna happen. You know, the fan. Oh, we'll get rid of him anyways. He didn't do shit for me. All right, well, let's calm down because I'm gonna tell you what. You throw a Matt Ryan, you throw an Aaron Rodgers, you throw a Tom Brady, you throw a
dude. If you put Big Ben with this offense,
even Big Ben,
oh my god,
on this team, dude. I mean, it's you throw an elite quarterback on this team with the weapons you have.
Yeah.
I mean, you're talking about 2-3 losses tops. You're going to the playoffs and you're going deep. I mean, that's just all there is to it. And at this point, you know, I personally think by the end of the year, if the Browns don't get it together, I think Jarvis, I think Odell, I think some of your guys who, you know, came here because they were told, hey, and preached, hey, you know, it's different now.
Oh, this is the thing.
You could see it. I mean, Stefanski, you could see that the culture is changing.
Yeah.
But they're not. They've been told that for the last 3 years. They're not just going to keep waiting. Well, how fucking long is the culture going to take for it to change?
Right.
I mean, they're not getting younger.
Here's the thing. What also is have to be pissing Jarvis and Odell and some of these other guys off is like, hey, we're bringing you here to help us win and change the culture, but then you don't use them.
But you're not using them.
Oh,
yeah.
So they've been running more?
I mean, obviously.
No, that's not the issue. It's the running is fine. You know what I mean? Like we are a running team, especially with those two running backs. Because, I mean, Kareem Hunt could go literally to any other team and start.
Yeah.
So we have two legit starting running backs in the NFL. The thing is, you're not utilizing Jarvis and Odell's talent.
You're not.
Yeah.
Like
those guys,
Baker wants to throw deep to them, which the receivers, they should catch the deep ball. But those type of receivers, Jarvis and Odell, you get them the ball in space and let their speed take over.
They're playmakers.
Because then that is going to bring, and so that with our running game brings the defense up. And then you could go over top with Jarvis and whoever else.
To get those big plays.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Those big playmaking plays that change the complexion of a game. You know, and you saw that when you saw that when Nick Chubb was healthy in the Dallas game. You saw that, okay. You saw that. You know the pass from Landry to Odell, but you know they incorporated Odell and they incorporated Jarvis excellently against Dallas.
They did,
okay.
Yeah.
Against Indy, not so much today. Non-existent.
Yeah, not at all.
So it's like, why all of a sudden are you you've got these guys up here, and then it's just
tapers off.
Why is it tapering off? Those are your playmakers.
Yeah.
You get them the ball, they will make plays.
And yes, the line didn't play well today.
No,
but it's still playing good enough that should also help. That should play into Baker, because it's like, okay, if my line's struggling, I'll just dump the ball off real quick to Odell and Jarvis for like a 2-yard pass, and then they're going to get more than 2 yards 9 times out of 10.
Right.
Yeah.
Because they're that quick. So the line really, it's an excuse. It's a lot better, and it's playing
a lot better.
It's playing good enough, but it still could be better.
It could be better.
At the same time,
if they're giving you enough time,
they're giving you sufficient amount of time,
right,
to make a quick pass.
Right.
Like, you don't need 10 seconds to just get the ball and throw it.
You should know within 3 seconds of where you're going. The ball, you should be in your drop back, and that ball should be out in 3 seconds.
Offensive linemen are only really told to block for 3.5 seconds.
Yeah. I mean, some plays, obviously you'll get longer than that.
They're going to block longer, but that's the mental clock offensive linemen have, 3.5, 4 seconds.
Yeah. And then after that,
your quarterback's just running around.
I mean, if you look at some of the elite quarterbacks, they've gone through their second and third progression by the time they get to that 1,000, 2 1,000. By the time they hit 3 1,000, they're at their third or fourth receiver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's something that he has to work on, but he hasn't shown any, and I'll say this 100% by myself, or whether somebody wants to back me, he has not shown progression in that since he came to us. He has not progressed at that facet of his game since he came to us. You can see it. He goes to progression 1, he gets to 2, and you see his feet start dancing.
Yep.
Look, sometimes you've got good offensive linemen. They were talking about it today. Yeah, Wyatt Teller was out, but when he comes back, I mean, you've got a great offensive line. They're going to give you time. Stand in the pocket. If you need to move up, move up. Yeah. But don't just go progression 1. All right, it's not there. Now I'm going to run around like Ricky said. That shit ain't going to fly in the NFL, dude. And it's not. And Baker is just, there are some guys in the NFL that can run around and do their dancing and throw off the run. There's probably 3 I could think at the top of my head: Murray, Jackson, and Mahomes.
Yeah.
Okay. But Baker's not that guy.
No.
He's not a Patrick Mahomes, and that's fine. And he doesn't have the speed and the agility of a Lamar Jackson and a Kyler Murray, but those guys will also sit in the pocket, read post snap defenses, stand up in the pocket, move forward, throw the, you know what I'm saying? They'll go through their progressions where it just seems to me like he gets to his second guy, and if he ain't open, fuck it, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Ricky brought up a good point. Coming into today, Browns have the most time to throw the ball coming into this weekend in the NFL, according to stats.
So that means
your offensive line is doing more than enough.
Doing the work.
And this dude is still running around every play like he's...
So that tells you right there that there's something wrong that needs to be addressed. Do you not want to address it because you're afraid the fans are going to get on you? Guess what? The fans are going to get on you more if you've got all this fucking talent and can't make the playoffs.
Can't make something happen.
So they're going to try and run you out of town, regardless of, this, that, and the other thing.
So in closing, basically, Baker needs to step up.
Yeah.
Or step aside.
He needs to put as much time in being a quarterback as he does in the commercials he's making.
Yeah. Figure out what you're going to do with him for next week's game and roll with it. If you're going to start him, then you go with him. If you're not, then you need to say, Case Keenum, guess what? Get in there.
Yep. Do your thing.
We're gonna run with you against Cincinnati, and then you reevaluate after Cincinnati.
Yep.
Figure it out and keep it pushing.
Right.
But a decision has to be made.
Yes.
It's got to be made
quick.
So in closing, a decision has to be made.
Yes. Yeah.
I can get on board with that. I mean, I have no idea what it means, but I can get on board with it. Oh, man. Now in some positive news, the church is back, huh?
Yes.
High noon.
High noon.
Never place, buddy.
That's right.
Church is in session.
It is. What we mean by church is that the Buckeyes are back. It's officially game week.
It is game week.
Yeah.
So who are they playing?
Nebraska were favored by 21.5 points.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow, that many.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised it's not more.
Yeah.
Oh, is Nebraska not really?
I mean, they're decent, but they're not Ohio State.
They're not on that.
And I'm sure Ohio State's obviously been practicing this whole time.
Oh yeah.
We're talking about practice.
So I'm assuming that they're. Have you seen any footage? Are they looking
Oh,
good?
yeah.
Are they looking like a team?
They look like a team that's pissed off still from the Clemson game.
Yeah.
Right.
And they look like a team that's highly pissed off that they weren't playing already. And again, it's just practice. It's
Yeah.
We talking about practice.
but
Now they get to go out there and play on the field.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
they get to actually put it into fruition.
yeah, and they look highly
But here, go ahead.
perturbed.
I like what they've been doing though with their practice.
Yeah.
Right.
We talking about practice.
They've been playing in the horseshoe without any fans.
Yeah.
So they're kind of replicating what they're going to play in instead of practicing on the practice field where, you're used to not being around fans. But you go in your actual stadium and you run your drills, you run your practice with nobody there. I think that's going to help them immensely.
Right.
Come game time, because obviously here in Columbus there will be no fans.
Yeah, when you went on that field, there's 108,000 fans
screaming their ass off.
Yeah.
It's a big change. I don't think they'll be affected if they go to a stadium that has 20% fans.
Yeah.
I don't, because here's the deal. I guarantee this. If there's a stadium that is letting 20% fans in, regardless of who the fuck it is, half those are going to be Ohio State fans. 100% guaranteed.
Oh, at the very least.
Yeah.
Guaranteed.
Ohio State fans are some very
they
dedicated
have Ohio.
fans.
Like we have a motto for Ohio State football.
Yeah.
It's like every game's a home game.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Because even in the game, the team against the team up north.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it's like half Ohio State fans
In the
game, and that's
man.
your rival's stadium.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah. Teams, it's crazy. And that goes for all sports. Ohio State's one of the best traveling fan teams in college football. The Cubs and Yankees in the NFL. Basketball, you've got
MLB.
the Lakers.
Whatever. Yankees.
And baseball. You got your Lakers and your, your Knicks and, hockey, I'm sure it's the Blackhawks.
Your
and
world
some of
champion Lakers.
Your world champion.
Yes.
We can
Yes.
touch on that. But yeah, it's, they Ohio State travels very well. So I think they're going to, like Pun said, I think they've got a very, very sour taste in their mouth. And I think their mantra is going to be week by week, we're going to go out here and we're going to destroy you as hard and as best as we can.
Dismantling.
Right. So that in
everything.
8 games, the committee goes, okay, this is one of the top 4 teams in the country, regardless of them playing 8 games. They could beat anybody in the country at any given time at any place.
I think they're already doing that because we haven't played a game yet, and
No.
we're 6th in the country.
Right. They're going, yeah, exactly. They're going based on what we have. But I think week 1, against Nebraska, they come out, you look at them, how they play.
Yeah, they'll be.
They're going to either jump into, Alabama, who's won? Clemson?
Clemson's one.
Alabama's 2. And with Georgia losing, Ohio State should jump right into the
top 5 easy.
The 3 spot.
Yeah.
So they should, and depending on how they look, Alabama. I watched that game last night against Georgia. Tale of 2 halves. Alabama looked, and the first half came out in the second half, outscored them 21-rip. Looked like a completely different team. Looked like the Alabama should look like.
Yep.
Oh, really?
But I could also see if Ohio State comes out beating Nebraska 70-0, they jump in the 2 spot.
Yeah.
Yes, it's Nebraska, but I think Ohio State, and this is taking nothing away from Clemson or Alabama, but I think Ohio State has the most talented roster in college football.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Period.
Clemson.
It is
They got-
1A and 1B.
Yeah.
But with the taste that Ohio State has in their mouth, I think they're on
I
they're on the same
to play them
mission.
again.
I think they're on the same mission Clemson was when they lost that game to Alabama the following year. Clemson was on a mission. Hey, we feel we were the better team. It didn't work out. They went back, ran through their schedule, ran through the ACC championship, beat Alabama handily in the championship game.
Yeah.
I think Ohio State's on that same path. But Chruch is back on Saturday.
Oh, man. Church is back. So
gonna be great.
exactly what is church for those that don't know?
Church is Ohio State football.
Oh, that's it?
That's
it,
it,
man.
That's it. Church on Sundays. It could be high noon, 3:30, or 8.
7:30, 8
I
o'clock.
thought it had something to do with the basement and where y'all watch the games.
It's like a sanctuary. It's like a little sanctuary.
Yeah. Church in general is just churches in session. So the game started.
Right. We usually
Where you watch it, usually it's,
usually
Cam's
it's in
man
my-
cave.
in my little man cave.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Which
So that that has something to do with
It has a little bit, yeah.
There's a couple Ohio State things in that man cave. So
A few.
the church atmosphere, if you will.
yeah, it'll be a good Saturday. My mini me will be with me. We got her, she got a Buckeye jersey, so
Starting her early.
Oh, yeah.
She has to realize.
Yep.
She needs to understand.
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, we're gonna start her early.
So church
on Saturday
is upon us.
It is.
Speaking of upon us, Cyborg was upon that
man.
old girl's neck.
She looked fantastic.
I have it on ticker. Maybe she's an actual cyborg.
Might be.
I mean, she looked really good.
Honestly, the only time I've ever seen her look out of form was the Nunes fight.
Yeah.
And she just didn't move. She had no head movement. She just kind of like planted her feet and was swinging, not to take anything away from Amanda Nunes, but she's fighting like a woman possessed now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A lot like how Holly Holm was fighting in her last fight. But yeah, she had this woman outclassed from the ring of the first bell. I used to always say, I think you remember this, Pun. I used to always say, like, it's the way she beats people.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, it's there's such a stamp on it. Like, Ronda Rousey was great.
She
And
was.
Ronda was arm barring people and submitting people, and like that was cool.
It was.
And even Nunes, like Nunes has won her fights, but the people that have fought her have been game through most of that fight, other than Rousey.
Yes.
You know what I mean? So they've been game throughout the fight. They're still coming out there, still trying to win. There's just a way that Cyborg like hits people, and like it changes. You literally see it.
Yep.
Like she hits them, and it's almost like they're like,
wait, I'm fighting a chick.
yeah. It's almost like they're like, what the fuck was that? Like,
Why am I in this right now?
yeah, like what the hell
I
happened?
didn't sign up for this.
No, like why am I doing this?
Yeah.
Like how much am I getting? Nah,
This ain't worth it.
Yeah, it's not. It's just it's almost like she knocks the fight out of people, and she's not invincible. Obviously, she got beat by Nunes. She got beat by somebody else before that. But just the way
when she wins, she wins.
yeah, when she wins, it's like
there's no
question.
There's no
left
lucky
to doubt.
shot.
yeah.
or,
She wins so decisively that when she loses, you're kind of like, okay, well,
What
she
happened?
didn't look like herself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she's never had a skid.
Nope.
That's the thing about her. She's never had like back-to-back losses. There's never been a time where she's a fighter's fighter. So she fights. If she loses, she's like, hey, I never said I was invincible.
Yeah.
I'll be back. And then came back and won her
just-
next
yeah.
fight. And then won her next one. And then came to Bellator. And Julia Budd was a beast.
She was.
She still is. I mean, she still is a beast.
yeah.
When Julia Budd won the title, like she starched a veteran, Cohen. Cohen starched her. And Julia Budd looked damn near invincible until she fought Cyborg.
Yep.
And then Cyborg beat on her like a drum. Like it was,
Yeah.
and in this last fight, Cyborg beat on old girl like a drum and then tapped her out, got her first submission win.
And it looked and it looked good.
Yeah, it was in tight.
Yeah, there was no like half-ass. Like that was about textbook as you could get.
Oh yeah, she flattened her out.
Yep.
Got the arm under the chin.
Just cranked.
Brushed her hair back and then squeezed and old girl had to tap and let her go.
It was a quick tap too.
Yeah, as soon as she tapped, she let her go.
Yep.
She didn't hang on to it.
Yep.
She's a force to be reckoned with, man. I would so love to see a rematch with her and Nunes. I would love to see that. Yeah, I would love if the obviously Scott Coker is he's down for it.
He's down for it.
If Dana would just come around and be like, all right, let's do some cross promotional stuff. I would love to see that rematch.
I don't think he'd do that because
there's too much of a chance of Cyborg beating Nunes.
Yeah, and then,
like normally I would say, okay, because Nunes is a beast.
She is.
I don't really put anybody over Nunes. And yes, she did beat Cyborg. But the thing of it is, if Cyborg goes in there, uses her head movement, uses her jab like she's been doing lately and like she normally does, it doesn't just go out there and Vandalay Silva it up and try to just wing it at her, there's too good of a chance of her beating Nunes for Dana to say,
Yes.
okay, let's make that.
Correct me if I'm wrong too, but when Cyborg and Nunes fought, Nunes wasn't worried about the takedown.
No, not at all.
But
Not at all whatsoever.
And again, I don't know. I'm going to be honest. I really don't know how good the lady Cyborg fought was. I mean, I know she was good.
Pretty damn.
That's right. But I meant like on the ground.
pretty
You know what I
darn,
mean?
yeah.
So I don't know how good her ground game was.
Yeah, yeah.
Because with Cyborg's ground game, it looked like that was top notch.
I mean, she's a legit black belt.
Okay.
So she's a legit Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt and pretty decent level black belt, and her wrestling is really good.
Yeah. But Cyborg, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Cyborg,
I know.
Cyborg's
I know
wrestling
that.
is really good. Yeah, Cyborg's wrestling is actually super underrated. Like she's hit some crazy takedowns on people. So yeah, like I think one of the things is that over in the UFC, like I feel like the fans would have been disappointed if Cyborg would have took her down, because when she came in, people just wanted to see her smash people.
Yeah.
That's kind of, par for the course. Right now, without fans, you don't have to worry about booing. You can just go out there and fight a smart fight.
Yeah.
I think that favors Cyborg more than it favors Nunes, because then Cyborg can just concentrate on fighting an intelligent fight, using her jab, using her distance. It's like they said when they were commentating. Anytime she fights somebody who's like a legit striker, she gets inside.
Yep.
She gets inside, gets the clinch, makes it a dirty fight, and then will slam them to the ground a lot of times, which is smart. It's a smart fight.
For sure, yeah.
She uses her head movement more, and then once she's taken them down a couple times and beat on them down there, and they're a little bit tired, then she starts teeing off on them on the feet. You know what I mean? Once she'll use some leg kicks, use her jab, get inside, press them up against the cage, make them move her weight around, get their arms tired a little bit, and then, maybe do a takedown, maybe do a trip, maybe do a toss, and then usually she'll back out and then starts winging on them. But this last fight, she was like, fuck that. I'm going to go ahead and choke her out real quick.
Real quick.
What's up?
That's Ducky, right?
Oh, yeah.
He's in the chat. What up, Ducky?
And Smalls is in the chat on Instagram. Yeah, so it's looking like T-City is going to get a title shot. Yeah. I didn't get a chance to watch that fight, but from what I hear, it was pretty dominant. It was pretty dominant.
I read something that it was, I guess in the second, T-City hit him with a spinning elbow or something. And that's kind of what changed.
Oh, that turned the tide a little bit.
From what I read, up until then was
pretty competitive.
It was competitive. I think T-City was still winning, they said.
Yeah. I mean,
but it was competitive. He's no joke.
Yeah, he's no joke for sure.
But once that elbow happened, from then it was just T-City.
One strike can change the course of everything, man. You rock somebody like that, and it's like they don't know what the hell's going on for the rest of the fight. And a lot of times people get rocked like that, and they're literally fighting off of instinct at that point. It's just muscle memory and instinct. I like him. I like him against, I believe the champion at that weight class is Volkanovski.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken. Yes. I like him against Volkanovski.
I do too.
I like him. He's a lot different. T-City right now is a lot different fighter than he was when he fought Max Holloway.
He is.
Max Holloway pretty much dominated that fight. The T-City showed a lot of heart during that fight. He seems like a much smarter fighter, a much more patient fighter. And maybe he just got, because he was coming off such great wins that when he fought Max Holloway, maybe his head got a little bit big, and he just assumed that he was going to beat him. I mean, he had the height advantage. I think he had the reach advantage. But you can never count Max out. Like Max is a scrappy dude, man. He's a scrappy dude. And personally, I kind of think Max won that fight, the last fight against Volkanovski.
Yeah.
I kind of think he won it. But as we always say, you got to take it from the champion. You got to physically
take it,
remove it from. Yeah. But I like that matchup. I like that matchup a lot. We're also getting close to
this week.
Habib and Gaethje. Is that
Saturday.
this week? Is that Saturday?
Yep. 2 p.m.
It's going to be an interesting fight, man. It's going to be an interesting fight.
So hopefully,
if it's
Buckeyes do their thing.
Yeah.
2:00.
Because that starts at 2. I don't think that'll be until about 4 o'clock.
Oh yeah, that one will be the 4. So
Oh wait, the fight starts at 2?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
the
a
main
2
card
p.m.
starts
start.
at 2. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. That ought to be interesting. I think if it stays fighting, it can. If Gaethje can keep Khabib's hands off of him, I think he has a really good chance to win that fight. Yeah.
Okay.
If he can keep Khabib from getting inside, clinching up with him, and dragging him to the ground, see, that's the X factor.
Because Khabib already said he's going to take him to deep waters.
Yeah.
So,
And so, I mean, but Gaethje said the same thing about Khabib.
he did.
Gaethje said that Khabib fights to not get hit. He doesn't like getting hurt.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't know anybody that likes getting hurt.
No, yeah,
but,
I'm not like maybe Yoel Romero.
Yeah.
Maybe.
And I know Gaethje has good wrestling.
He does.
I know he has good wrestling, but
He's not wrestling bears though.
Yeah, as they say, there's levels to it.
There is.
So if Gaethje can keep Khabib on the outside, keep his dynamic striking going, and don't try to make it a war per se, because a lot of times Gaethje starts to fight emotionally. He starts to make it a war where he's just winging things, and I feel like you can't do that. You got to be pretty precise against.
Not with someone with Khabib.
Especially because if you're winging it, he can get inside, he can get his hands on you, he can drag you to the ground. If he drags you to the ground, it's like, I don't want to say it's over, but it's not good.
No,
it's not good.
Yeah, it's not.
Or you know what? If Gaethje takes him down,
Right, that would
and
be.
we see how Khabib works from his back.
that, yeah.
You know what I mean? I wouldn't mind seeing that.
I just think. I mean, and I could be wrong, but I just think Khabib is his mindset right now is just, especially after his father.
Yeah.
Like it's just, if it wasn't before, it even is now. Just destroy everything.
Yeah, I kind of have
Like-
that. I kind of have that feeling myself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it'd be interesting. Hasn't been a lot of disrespectful talk
Nope.
before the fight.
Nope.
So it's not a lot of emotion going in. It's just two fighters.
Yep.
That just are going to go out there and have at it. I'm really curious about that one. I'm
Will
really
you
curious
be,
to see how that goes.
Will you be joining us at church?
I might.
Saturday?
I think
For
I
the
might.
fight?
Yeah, I think I might, because I'm not going to have to DJ obviously till like 8.
Yeah.
So if the main event is at 2,
Right.
I might be able to.
Cool.
I might be able to swing it. I might be able to wing it.
Tiger in church on a Saturday.
I know, right? Who would have thought? Who would have thought?
We probably find a way to live
Dude,
stream
we are
that.
tuning a new
That's
fucking wave.
the 24th, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Saturday. Yeah.
Yeah.
We find a way to like maybe like take a snippet
Do
stream of that
a watch party or something.
and get the full emotions of me and
Yeah.
Cameron over here.
I mean, hopefully, I would like Khabib to win. I like Gaethje.
No, I like
him as
AG too.
I like him as a fighter. I like him a lot. I'm just a really big.
Yeah,
I'm a big
Khabib,
fan
yeah,
of
he's-
Khabib. Like,
He's
you know, it's a great story.
it is, man.
You know. Oh, you're.
Oh, boy.
I'm gonna need to just replace that.
Dun, dun,
Hello.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
Okay.
Now.
All right, cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to just replace that cable.
Oh, Mama Matt's in the building.
Linda Matt
Yeah.
is
Hello,
in
mother.
the chat. She comes in right as we're about to wrap up.
Are we already?
Yeah, dude, we've been we
It's
got
on- it's only
like
6:30.
an hour and some change, right? I mean, got anything else to
Yeah.
Oh, I mean,
Yeah.
Do
I want to dab on this Lakers championship.
oh yes.
Oh yeah.
I do.
Oh.
I want to dab on that for a
I
minute.
mean, you're happy because your guy won.
y'all like how I did that.
Yeah.
So wrapping up, Khabib, I'm gonna say Khabib by round 3. What do you think?
You know what?
I'll
I'm
go-
gonna
I'll
I'm
go.
going to shoot my shot.
Okay.
I'm going to say either way, it's over in 2.
Over in 2. Either way.
Either
Okay.
way.
What about
I'll agree
what
with
about
you.
you, Cam?
I don't think it goes past round 3.
So by round 3.
By
So
round
you're
3,
agreeing
yeah.
with me or
yeah.
him? So
With
he
you.
says
I think third round.
Okay.
But I think Khabib gets him.
Yeah.
I really
So
do.
Pun-
Like Pun said, I think he's just on that.
Yeah.
He's on a war path, and it's like, if you're getting in my way, I'm taking you out.
But
And
Right,
that's all
that's,
there is to it.
with me, that's even like whoever wins, I don't see it going
past
two.
2 rounds.
I mean, 3 at the most, but I'll
Yeah.
say 2 because you guys said 3.
yeah.
Like
Yeah,
I don't
I'll
see this
say-
fight going because they're both like we saw what Gaethje did to Reyes,
Yeah.
and people could say what they
you
want.
mean,
like
you mean
El
El Kukui,
Ferguson.
Ferguson, yeah.
People could say Ferguson wasn't training for Gaethje.
Yeah.
I get it, but Gaethje won that fight so convincingly.
Oh, 100%.
Like-
100%.
So
It's definitely so. As somebody who's done it, it's definitely difficult to switch up your game plan, especially when,
especially like that because there was emotion.
Yeah, there's a very specific way that Khabib fights.
Yes.
And he's going to take you down and grind on you. So you work to defend that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
If you're constantly working to defend that and then last minute they're like, oh, here's this guy that's going to kickbox you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's really hard to switch that up. If anybody can do it, it's Ferguson.
Mm-hmm.
When you're at the elite level, you need to be able to do that. You need to be able to adjust. But it's hard. It's hard. That's not taking anything away from Gagey. Gagey won that fight fair and square.
Sure.
You know what I mean? To the point that I'm not altogether sure it would have went differently had Ferguson been training for Gagey. You know what I mean?
Because I mean, it's
a possibility. Yeah, it's a possibility, but I'm not altogether convinced.
If it was like
different,
if it wasn't as of an ass whooping as it was, I would say, training for Khabib and all that. But like you said, as convincing it was, I'm going to assume it would have been that way even if he was training for Gagey.
Yeah.
Maybe not as convincing, but Gagey still would have won.
Yeah, man.
Because he put on a clinic.
Oh, yeah.
I remember we were watching it, and I was like,
Yeah.
I had a feeling Gagey could win, but not like that. Like, I was shocked in how he won.
Right.
Like, it was...
I always give Gagey a shot at winning, but winning like that I was like, oh, okay.
and maybe he's the type of fighter who needs, he knew if I win this fight, I'm getting Khabib.
Yeah, yeah.
And maybe he's a fighter that the belt is what drives him.
It could be.
You know what I mean? It takes you up to another level. You know what I mean? So
I think that has pretty much put a nail in the coffin of ever seeing Khabib and Ferguson.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Unless Gagey beats Khabib.
And they have to fight to get...
And he has to beat him convincingly.
Yes.
He can't just catch him.
No.
So if it's like a pretty good fight and he catches him and knocks him out or catches him into submission, they're going to rubber match that.
For sure.
You know what I mean? You don't hold a belt for years and then not get a rubber match.
Right.
So Gagey has to beat Khabib convincingly, and then maybe we'll get
Ferguson Khabib.
Real quick, though, let's talk about these world champion Lakers, baby.
Woo! Number 17. Number 17.
That's a lot of
Lakers and
championships.
Celtics are now tied with 17 apiece.
They are.
Wasn't it Cam that said that the Lakers were going to be out in the first round? Was it first round?
Cam. That was Cam.
I think that was
him.
Was that him?
Yeah.
Who was that? That was you, Cam, right? That was if I'm not mistaken, I think I wish I had that soundbite pulled up.
I called the upset. Listen, here's the deal. I called the upset. It didn't happen.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, you got to shoot your shot, you know?
Yeah, you never know.
J.R. Smith, you only or how does it go? You only miss all the shots you don't take, or you only
miss the shots you don't take.
Yep.
So that was Cam 61916 that said that the Lakers were going to be out.
Took a shot,
in the
man.
first
You never
round.
know.
Woo.
Knowing Cam though, he was saying that just for
of course,
you know.
of course. There's no way that you actually
LeBron's
thought,
his guy.
Yeah, there's no way you actually thought they were going to be out in the first round. I'm still going to give you shit though.
That's
so after they didn't get out in the first round, I mean, if there was ever proven wrong, winning the championship after, the most famous sports show in this duplex says,
oh yeah,
you're going to be out in the first round, that's about as proving wrong as you can go.
Oh yeah.
About as.
And they also had the power of the mouse on their side too.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%.
Like they got like championship stuff that has like Mickey Mouse on it.
Seriously?
Oh yeah.
That mouse was like, you better win this game.
Right?
That mouse was like, you better not
I'm
make
letting
me
you
look
use
bad.
my facilities, fuckers. You better win.
Do you think that helped them being in the bubble? That helped a lot?
No.
They just pure basketball.
They were gonna. They were. I think they were gonna win it. They're they're too good of a team. And I mean, be honest here. You've got, in my opinion, still the best player in the NBA with the highest basketball IQ. He makes players better.
Who is that? J.R. Smith?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Just making sure. Just making sure.
Yeah. Shirtless JR.
Shirtless J.R.
It can't be shirt JR. He's got to be shirtless.
Did he play at all during
Played a little bit.
playoffs?
He played a little bit.
So you got some minutes in?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he was still shirtless when they won.
Was he?
Oh, yeah.
Was this his? Is this his second ring?
Second, yeah.
What about Dwight Howard? Which
This is his
ring?
first.
This is his first ring.
Yeah.
Good for
There's a
him.
lot of guys on
Yeah,
that
for
team
him.
who was his first.
What about Rondo? Is
This
this
is
second?
his second.
Third?
No,
Second.
Yeah.
second. Yeah,
Second? Okay.
And he is the only player
Yes.
who has a ring with both the Celtics and Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's dope.
Yeah, because he was the point guard for KG and
Yeah,
Paul Walker.
yeah.
Or
And
Paul
08.
Walker.
That's dope. That's his.
Um,
That's history
Paul
right
Pierce.
there. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if anybody else is ever going to do that. Probably not.
I
huh?
doubt it.
Yeah.
I mean, you never
maybe
know.
not.
There's just certain things that you know are just never going to happen again.
Yeah.
Um,
I would say it'll be hard pressed.
yeah. Bone Thugs and Harmony is the only group to do a song with Biggie, Pac,
Pac and Easy.
and Easy.
Yep.
Yeah. That ain't gonna happen again. Did they do a song with Pun? Big Pun?
Bone Thugs and Harmony?
Yeah.
I don't believe so.
Okay. Okay. That would have been dope.
That would have been dope.
That would have been
Yeah.
dope if they'd have been able to get one.
I mean, it's dope already with those
Yeah.
three.
Yeah.
But if
oh,
you
yeah.
got
oh,
Pun,
yeah.
you got Big Pun in there. Whew.
So what do you think? You think Lakers are capable of a repeat?
Oh,
It's
100%.
a big off season though.
Right. It is.
Yeah, for
it's,
them.
It's a you know, I think the offseason in the NBA is going to be big, but
Yeah.
I mean, I think they, you know, Anthony Davis already said he's opting out to re-sign with them, which
Mhm.
I don't see him not doing.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just
What about Rondo? I heard Rondo opted out.
He's getting up there though, so it all
Yeah.
depends on if he wants to
he wants to play still.
come back.
I mean, I could see him coming back
Yeah.
because I
Mhm.
really do think that they could.
and he's the point guard. Because you said something a couple of days ago about
Oh, how underrated he is.
So Rondo
It's
is
insane.
the definition of what kind of point guard you need to have play with LeBron.
It's insane,
I'm gonna
and
go
that's
out
taking nothing away from Kyrie Irving.
none because he's almost the type of point guard too in a different way.
Okay.
Like LeBron had the confidence in Kyrie that was not to make the basketball play, but if I defer to you, I know you're going to score.
Right.
Right.
Rondo, it's I'm going to defer to you because I know you're going to make the right basketball play.
Yep.
Okay. Okay.
Whether that's scoring or passing.
Right.
Kyrie was strictly, hey, look, I mean, you saw LeBron deferred to him to take the shot to win it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
he scored.
and he scored.
He damn sure made.
But
that.
I had said something a while back when I picked the Lakers to be upset by Portland that if Rondo were to come into the bubble and
You
play,
did.
because at first he opted out.
Yeah,
he opted out not to play.
Which is why I think
Yeah, I heard about
Portland
that.
was giving them trouble.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of people
Mm-hmm.
thought, well, you know what, Portland can give them trouble. But I remember saying it. I said, if Rondo opts in and plays
It's a wrap.
and comes into the bubble,
It's curtains.
Yeah.
the Lakers will not be beat. He's so underrated, but
Yep.
he's so good at what he does.
Yeah.
And you saw it.
Yeah.
I mean, you saw throughout all three series and the finals.
Yep.
But I mean, there was,
And I'm going to go out on a limb to say that if LeBron and Rondo, and I know this is hypothetically and what if
Right.
LeBron and Rondo were teamed up from jump, LeBron wouldn't only have 4 rings.
No, he
Really?
Oh, yeah.
6 or 7 for
Yeah.
sure, for sure,
Yeah.
hands down. Yeah, Rondo's just that type of guard, But I mean, it'll be a big off season, but I don't see anybody in the West competing with the Lakers.
I mean, I do.
In the West,
The Warriors.
well, yeah, I think
They're
that
going to be fully healthy.
If the Warriors are fully healthy,
And they're shopping that number 1 pick, meaning you're going to get a haul back.
you're going to get right. I think that'll be
in the
maybe
West.
the
I mean, you
Clippers.
could still have the Clippers.
Right, I think the Clippers.
It's still going to have the Rockets as much as they don't play championship basketball.
Right.
But they're still
playoff wise. I think
the Mavericks will be back
You think playoff wise?
in the playoffs.
I'm talking about legitimate teams who are going to challenge LA in the playoffs.
In the playoffs,
I think it's the Lakers. I think it's the Clippers and the Warriors, and that's it.
I mean, depending what. I
The
mean,
Clippers and the Warriors.
If the,
Oh, in the
Warriors are
West.
fully
In the
healthy,
West,
look
yeah.
out! I'm telling you right now,
yeah.
they will be the Warriors.
You're going to have a bunch of
Of
teams
old.
too that got a lot of experience
They got
in the
a lot,
playoffs.
right?
The Nuggets, the Jazz.
Right.
I mean, not saying that they could compete, but I mean,
It'll be fun to watch. I'll tell you this: the West will be a lot
yeah.
more fun to watch than
Than
the East, but the
'cause
East will be fun to
is
watch.
be the Nets.
Yeah.
The East is going to be the Nets, the Bucks, and I think the Heat. I don't think the Heat were a pretender this year. I think the Heat were. I think they legitimized. I mean, they're
This
not
was a
going to
good year
lose
for them.
anybody.
Yeah.
And I mean, they can only gain depending on what the offseason brings.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that the Heat is a legitimate contender in the East, but I think it's going to be Brooklyn and
Brooklyn's getting
Milwaukee.
They got Kyrie and KD.
You're getting. Think about it. You were okay this year.
Oh yeah, right.
They were okay, but you're getting two of the best players in the NBA back.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think it's gonna. I would love to see Lakers Nets in the finals.
Oh, that would be awesome.
I think people would have an absolute. That would bring so much money.
That's what I'm
so
hoping
much
for.
ratings. Like it would just be that. I know this is gonna sound very cliche and very shitty, but not shitty, but that would be almost. I think all people who wanted to see Kobe and LeBron go at it in the finals.
Yeah.
We'll never get that, obviously.
No.
As close as we got to it, we'll never get it. But I think people would be as excited for that matchup, seeing Anthony Davis and LeBron go against Kyrie and Kevin Durant.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Because
you know what? Don't even have the other guys. Just play 2-on-2.
Because of all the scrutiny that and I think it brings the story into effect. All the scrutiny that Kyrie went through with, him not liking LeBron not liking him, and all this, that, and the other thing, and they won a championship together, and then the whole KD thing with bailing on Oklahoma City and going to Golden State, and then blah blah blah. It's set up for an awesome story, but I think that would be such a fun finals to watch. Can it happen? Obviously, I think so. I think Milwaukee is a dominant regular season team, but they need one more piece. Giannis is there, but they need that one other person,
more playoff
type of person to kind of push them
like a
over the top. Yes, a seasoned yet young guy who's been through it.
Yeah,
okay.
If that makes any sense, because if you're young, you obviously haven't been through it, but. Some of these guys that are coming to the league at 19 years old who've got 6 or 7 years and they're 25, they've been to 2 finals and they've been through postseason games and stuff. Somebody like that. But ultimately, I think it's the West will be fun to watch, and I think the Lakers deserve a lot of credit for this year. And
sure,
I know. There's really nothing else to say about LeBron. It's just
he's
going to get hated on first thing.
Yeah,
he wants his respect.
There's been a lot of LeBron hate.
You know what? Here's the thing. Those people who hate on him do not really understand what they're watching. They're going with the trend. People hate on, who said it? I can't remember. It might have been Kobe who said, haters hate the great ones.
Yeah.
Haters won't hate the good ones. They'll hate on the great ones.
Yeah.
So
that always happens too.
And I told you how LeBron could fix this. This is an easy fix for LeBron, but he doesn't
100%.
want to be that guy. No. So when did Jordan and Kobe become who they were?
You tell me.
They became who they were when they accepted the hate.
And he hasn't accepted it yet.
He hasn't, because he doesn't want to be that guy. Which is why he still fights people about when they're not even hating on him. They're like, for somebody with your basketball IQ, why'd you make that play? Yeah. And he gets offense, he takes defense about it.
He still wants to be liked.
Yeah. It's like, dude,
not about being liked.
It's not about being liked, bro.
People
go out there and dominate, and guess what? People will like you even more.
Because of his comments.
Really quick, Chocolate Girl Wonder is in the chat.
What up, Key?
What up? But his comments, after the finals about I want my damn respect. Listen, there ain't nobody in the league that doesn't respect you.
Yeah, for
There's
sure.
nobody outside the league who doesn't respect you. You have respect.
Yeah, I feel like it's difficult to not respect.
He has. That's the thing is he has the respect, but Pun nailed it on the head.
Yeah.
He has to embrace the hate. Be the fucking villain. Guess what? I'll to bring shitty times up for Cleveland fans. He was the fucking villain when he left to go to Miami.
Yeah,
right.
He accepted that role. He came back here. He was booed. He was hated.
Yep.
LeBron, fuck you. Fuck your kids. This, burning your jerseys. He accepted the hate.
He accepted it.
Go back, because I'll be honest with you. Look at after the first year back, whatever, they got beat by Dallas. Mm-hmm. But that second year in Miami when he came to terms with himself, said, fuck it, I'm going to be the villain. Dude.
No one touched him.
Dominant beyond all words.
It was
he was
dominant.
insane.
Yeah.
And what did they do that year? They won the title.
Won a title.
And then he came back and accepted the hate the very next year. And they won the title. Dude, if he comes back, I think maybe, because he's been in the league for 17 years and maybe he's got it in his mind, hey, listen, I'm just now here to have fun and try and win more rings. But if he accepted the hate like he did in Miami, then listen, I don't care if he's going into year 18. Nobody touched him this year, and he's in year 17.
Yeah.
He's 35 years old.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying?
The hate,
Damn good point.
the hate comes from, it's not hate. And you know what? It's not even
It's
hate
not
that
hate.
Jordan and Kobe were getting.
No.
Yeah.
He and his fans call it hate, but it's literally just people. You are so smart. Why are you making some of the plays you make? Like, you know what I mean? And it's not like they're attacking him. They'll ask him, and he takes it to that level. He takes it to the
As
hate
they're
level.
attacking him.
And it's like, look, we know you're the smartest dude. No one's questioning that.
No, not at all.
We just asked why you made that play, like we ask anybody of your stature, hey, what happened with that play? And instead of accepting it and saying, hey, you know what? It was just a bad play.
Yeah.
He tries to give some extravagant response. And it's like, dude, we don't need an extravagant response. We know what happened.
Just say you fucked
Right.
up.
We want to hear you say, hey, I messed up.
Take
like
the-
we heard Jordan and Kobe and all
Take-
the other greats say.
Take the credit for
Or
messing
be the
up.
heel and say, mind your business.
That too. say something. Don't try to explain everything.
I mean, I feel like Mayweather accepted the hate.
Right?
And nobody's touched him since then.
They did. That's, I
Dude's
mean,
50-0.
it's just accept it and embrace it. And guess what? Because 2, 3, 4 years when he's out of the league,
Yeah.
you're not going to.
You're not going to get a chance to watch him again.
You're not hated now, and you're not going to get a chance to watch what you're actually watching now. And then you don't even have to be a fan of basketball.
No.
If you flip it on and just watch him play a game, it's
night and day difference. You're
it's
like, oh,
insane.
that dude
Like,
knows what he's doing.
It's eons and eons and eons, and that goes to the point of pun saying, about the
point
decision.
Of pun.
Point of pun saying the
We're going to have
decision.
to make a
sound bit.
yeah, we're going to have to make a
Point of pun.
segment called the point of pun.
Point of pun. But, in the game 5 where LeBron passed it to Danny Green to shoot the 3 wide open,
That was the smart play.
everybody was like, oh, Jordan wouldn't have done that.
Like, no, he wouldn't have.
Here's the deal. LeBron had 5 fucking guys on him.
Yeah.
What else did you want him to do?
Right?
He shoots a shot, it's getting blocked. He's not
Yeah.
getting fouled. They're not going to call foul in that situation.
Right.
Okay. Danny Green, literally, you can go and pull up the clip. He
Yeah.
didn't have a guy within 15 feet of him.
Yeah.
It'd be like me sitting here and the closest guy was in your kitchen.
Yeah.
Mm.
And as a 3-point,
He's
as a 3-point shooter,
yes.
LeBron made the correct play. I'm guarded by literally the whole team.
Everybody
My
crashed
3-point
down.
shooter's wide open,
Yeah.
I'm passing it to him.
and the dude missed
It's
the shot.
happened.
Shit, at that point, he could have ran up and laid it up.
Yeah.
I mean, it happened. You know what I'm saying? They brought it up on the radio.
Pepe No Neck said LeBron's son is going to be way better.
I think
he
he has
is.
a chance to be.
Really?
He
Oh, yeah.
does.
Yeah.
But I mean that's the
Because
we'll
like,
touch
if
on Bronny Jr. in a minute.
If you
Okay.
follow him,
Yeah.
okay, yeah. In a minute.
I got the point in my head. I don't
Okay.
want to forget
Go
it.
ahead. Yeah.
But I think so many people scrutinize him for making that decision, and it was like, well, Jordan never did this, and nobody ever did this. If I'm not mistaken,
He did.
Jordan
That's the
passed
thing,
to Steve Kerr
Steve
once
Kerr.
and John Paxson,
Yep.
and both of those guys buried the shot to win the game.
Yeah.
Okay, guess what? Danny Green missed it. It's basketball. It happens. It's life. You're going to miss shots.
Right.
Yeah.
Kobe, if I'm not mistaken, at one point passed to Robert Horry, and he hit a shot at the top of the
Well,
three.
I mean, okay, but that's Robert Horry was doing that just not for the Lakers.
I
He was
know.
doing that for the
I
Spurs.
know.
He was big shot Horry.
I know.
Like he was known for that.
But LeBron made the correct basketball decision, and he
for
got
sure.
his ass chewed out for
Yeah.
it.
Well, because,
Why?
because Danny Green didn't make it. Think about
Why?
it.
Oh,
If Kerr
100%.
If Kerr and Paxson didn't
Didn't
make
make
those
it. They would have
shots,
been chewing Jordan out too.
Yeah, they'd
but they
been
made the
chewing-
shot.
that they made their shots.
Danny
Yeah.
Green missed it. Whatever. They went on to the next game and won.
Right.
But that's when you are the greatest player in your time.
You just have to. Hey,
that
you know
comes
what?
with the territory.
Right.
Like
And I would've
Jordan
liked-
knew that. Hey, if I pass to Paxson and he misses, I'm going to get lit up.
But at that point, I would have liked to have LeBron said, "Listen, you want to hate on me? Hate on me, but I made the right basketball play."
Yeah, that's all he had to
End of
say.
story. You come out and say, "Hey, I made the right basketball decision." There is not a single person who can actually watch that play and argue that.
Yeah.
Nobody.
Real quick, Dan, because I was working. Tina told us this was going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh man, Dan is heated at me because I didn't make it to Tina's birthday party. I saw her last night, Dan, and I apologized and worked it out.
Yeah.
And noticed that she cannot dance.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was working, Dan. I was working. Don't hate me. Don't hate me.
But yeah, I think Bronny Jr. we'll touch on that real quick, but I think he has the potential to be
just
as good.
Yeah, at least as good, because he's actually been better than LeBron was at his age, all the way up so far. Yeah. High school's a little bit different.
It's just crazy.
Tina said,
But-
what did I say was going to happen? That Dan was going to ask me that why didn't I come to the birthday party?
Yeah.
Also, Tina, you can't dance.
Which is crazy. That just fathoms my mind that somebody could be, as good. But here's the crazy.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Tina. I thought you were like, this fathoms my mind that she cannot dance.
No. It blows. It absolutely blows my mind because here's the crazy part. He literally has the best mentor
Yeah.
on earth.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
You know what
Like
I'm saying?
LeBron didn't
Well,
have that.
you know what? Here's the thing. It depends because they say some people that are great at something aren't very good at teaching it. But
True.
clearly, he's
True.
got to be pretty good at
Yeah.
teaching if he's
Yeah.
you
His basketball IQ's
It's
too
Yeah.
high not to
Yeah.
be,
not to be able to teach somebody.
at least to pass that on to your son.
Now, how do you think Bronny's going to be built? You think he'll be built like LeBron, or you think he'll be smaller?
I mean,
Because
well,
LeBron is a legitimate super athlete.
he's
but
fucking-
he wasn't that when he was Bronny's age either.
No, LeBron didn't spurt
Yeah.
till sophomore year.
Yeah.
So I'm sure you're going to start to see
Yeah.
Junior, get a
'Cause
little taller, get a little more muscle defined.
Even when he was in the league, he was still physically capable of playing.
right,
Like you
Yeah.
didn't look at him and
Yeah.
say, "Oh, this is a typical high school kid."
yeah,
Yeah.
But if this LeBron, the super athlete LeBron, came into the league, oh God, he had been a wrap.
yeah.
Well, I mean, he was a pretty decently sized human
He was,
being
but-
when he came to the league.
Yeah, but when you get into the league, people are just the same size.
They're the same size.
Yeah, but
You were a super athlete in high
so
school.
What we mean by super athlete though is that like it's not necessarily his size or anything. It's just the way he moves, the way he knows his body. You know what I mean? The way that he like the dude is heavy as hell and moves like a freaking welterweight.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
Oh,
saying?
he's got
like,
he's got 4.40 speed at 275
like
pounds.
I've seen when I was on the Scream team, like seeing him in person, like right next to him,
Yeah.
and seeing him like switch on a dime, I'm like he moves like a fencer, like the way he'll go this way and then just cut that way. I'm like, how much does this dude weigh? I remember looking at Herbie, looking at Herbie one time, like, yo, how much does he weigh? And he's like, he's got to be at least like 2 something.
He came into the league at 6'8", 240,
240 pounds,
245.
Cutting corners like that. That's
But
crazy.
if you think of it now, I mean, as he got bigger and stuff like that, as he got older in the league, I mean, by the time he hit 22, 23, he was 6'8", 275 pounds moving like that. I mean, that's huge.
That is bananas.
Of nothing but muscle. You know what I'm saying? They're in-
270-something pounds.
of muscle. There's no fat there. It's just straight muscle moving like that.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Like not all human beings are capable of that.
No.
You know
And
what
that's
I mean?
the-
And
that's-
that's what I mean by super athlete.
No,
It's
yeah.
not that
Yeah.
he's bigger.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
just like the what his ability of, even if you take the basketball IQ out of it, the ability that the things that his body is capable of doing,
Are superhuman.
it's bananas.
Yeah.
You know what
And
I
that's
mean?
and the scary part is he has now passed that down to a
Yeah.
son who
Yeah.
is just as good as him,
to another human being.
who hasn't even hit their massive growth spurt,
Yeah.
their
Yeah,
muscle
yeah.
spurt. You know what I'm saying? He hasn't packed on. I mean, he's got some muscle, but let's be honest here. You look at a picture from LeBron in freshman year of high school compared to senior year. There's a massive
Difference.
massive
Yeah.
difference.
Tina said, and don't judge my dancing.
I mean,
You didn't see it from where we
Yeah.
saw it.
yeah.
Oh,
So
man.
I mean, it's night and day. They showed a picture, and this is way off topic of LeBron and Bronny Jr., but they showed a picture. You were talking about superhuman athletes, and they showed a picture of Myles Garrett in high school. I don't know if you've ever seen it.
No.
So there's a picture of Myles Garrett in high school, standing with his high school teammates on the football field senior year.
Really?
If Pun could pull it up.
You pull it up and then airdrop it to me.
All right.
Yeah, that would be the easiest.
I mean, it's just it's night and day, and it kind of reminds me of when LeBron was playing in high school. It was like, there's a kid who'd come.
Airdrop it to Ty Book Pro. Oh, I see you. I see your phone popping up.
I gotta find it real quick.
All right.
But it's like these kids, they're playing against LeBron, and he's 6 whatever. He's 6'8", 240, 245, and you get a guy out there who's like 6'6", 6'5", 6'6", and he's 200 pounds, and he looks tiny.
Yeah.
And it's like, Jesus Christ, like this dude is just huge.
like a child.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on with is the Instagram stream doing weird stuff? No, I don't think it is.
I think did you get it? That's going.
Yes, I got it.
So this is what I'm talking about. If you look at that, that's him in high school.
Yeah.
And next to his teammates in high school.
Jeez.
He's in high school. He's 17 years old.
Wait, that's Myles Garrett?
Yeah.
It's in high school.
In high school.
Hold on, let me save this real quick so I can show it on stream.
Yeah, that's him in high school.
That should work. Hold on. Did it download? Yep, there it is. It's got a weird ass name. Bear with us, people. Y'all can keep talking. Let me.
So, I mean, yeah, you don't see these superhuman athletes all the time, but it's scary to think that LeBron has now passed this down to another human being.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
you know what I'm
insane.
saying? That's terrifying, because here you're going to have, and Bronny is extremely good. He's been on, they've been on TV a couple times, and me and Pun watched them last year when they played, and it's like you can see some of the basketball IQ that his father has
In him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then when you have LeBron on the sideline coaching you, helping you coach, during a game, it's like, dude, you what kind, the advantage you have is
The cheat code.
It's insane.
Yeah.
It is like literally a human cheat code sitting on the side.
Let me pull up this picture real quick.
Yeah. So look at that.
That's high school.
Those are other
That
high
is
school kids. Those are his teammates.
He is 17 years old.
How tall is he?
What is Myles Garrett?
He's got to be at least like
I think he's 6'6", 6'5", 6'6". I mean, that's high school. I mean, you could look at the
6'4", 271.
There you go.
Oh my God.
That's what he is now.
That's what he is now.
Yeah.
That is just insane.
Yeah.
That's a superhuman.
That's a superhuman.
That's a super athlete right there. Like, not only a super athlete, but a superhuman.
Yeah.
I mean, to be 17 years old and be that size. There are guys that they're gone.
Pepe No Neck said the Bucks 38-10.
Yeah. Over the Packers. Tom Brady's doing his thing.
Oh, Brady plays for the Bucks?
Yeah, the Buccaneers, yeah.
The Buckaroo Bonsais?
Yeah.
The Buckaroos? That's crazy, dude.
Yeah.
That is
I mean, a 17-year-old human should not A, be that big, B, have that much muscle definition or muscle.
Not make your same age teammates look like they're in kindergarten.
Like, it's just insane.
yeah, that's Jesus, look at that.
Right?
Like, that's what 17 years old.
That's just uncalled for.
It's crazy.
That is literally uncalled for. Whole ass adults don't even look like that.
That's what I'm saying. They're grown. Here's the funny part. There are grown men in the NFL that aren't that fucking
That
big.
don't look like that.
Yeah.
And he looked
he
like
was
that
17.
at 17 and only has put on more muscle and gotten bigger.
Yeah.
And that's the one that hit old boy over the head?
With a helmet. Yeah.
Thank God it missed.
Oh, dude, if that hit cast on that, he would have died.
Oh,
yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
He would.
Which would have been absolutely awful. Myles Garrett would never played football again.
Yeah,
He'd probably be in jail for the rest of his life. But
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank
think
God
about it.
missed.
Somebody that size, not even that size. He's twice.
Anybody
not
with
twice
a
as
helmet.
big, but anybody with a helmet.
Jesus.
But that's a big human. I mean,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? That's a large human being
You think?
to be doing shit like that.
You think? Is that I don't think large is the word.
Yeah,
like that's
That's it. Like you said, that's a superhuman.
that's a super athlete. A super athlete and a superhuman.
Yeah.
And LeBron is both a super athlete and a superhuman.
Mm-hmm.
Demetrius Johnson is a super athlete.
Demetrius Johnson, yeah.
I think he's kind of superhuman too. Nobody should move like that. Demetrius Johnson's just so fucking fast,
Right?
dude. Demetrius Johnson did a flying suplex on somebody and then armbarred them like halfway through the suplex. Like, it's weird to even explain. He fucking Zangiefed this dude. Like, went to suplex, jumped while they're in the air, switches to an armbar, like, fuck, dude, it's bad enough you're slamming me on my head. You're gonna break my arm when we hit the ground. Psh, that dude is something else. That dude is probably pound for pound like the best fighter to living right now.
Yeah.
I mean, I know John Jones is probably the best. He's the best fighter on the planet right now, but he's a lot bigger.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm really excited to see what he does at heavyweight.
Oh God. Yeah.
Because he's got a hell of a chin, so he could take some punches. I don't know if he could take a full flesh Ngannou punch, but he could take a punch or two. Gentlemen, I think it might be about that time.
Yeah, I mean, I got nothing left.
Yeah. I think we had a good little discussion today.
We did.
Man, I like it. I like it when the show just flows and, it does things. And we got Taco Bell to look forward to. And there's wings and pretzels. We got
food everywhere.
We got our studio audience who's now awake. Bozak is awake now.
Oh, she's awake?
Yeah,
she fell asleep?
Yeah. She took a little nappy nap.
All right.
A little nappy nap. A little quick little something.
All right.
That's all right, though. I feel like both of them took a little nappy nap. A little refresh.
All right.
They got to recharge. But the next time, when you're not ready to take a nap, you want to watch some sports, you can join us here on TEM Sports every other Sunday.
Yep.
Every other Sunday. That's how we're going to be doing it. And then you can join us for the Tuesday show every Tuesday.
For sure. Yeah.
You can join us for TEM Thursdays, which Cam is going to be on one day.
Yes.
I am.
One day soon, actually.
One day soon. My
We'll
wife
try to-
is now off Wednesday, Thursday.
Yeah, so we'll try to get you in here on like a.
We need to get Big
Thursday.
Will in here soon too.
We got to get Big Willie in here. We'll try to say that we never asked him to be on, even though we asked him to be on every stream.
Yeah.
Well, we'll make that happen.
Oh, before I forget, Will, Juicy Booty. There's your shout out. He told me when I dropped the kids off if I shout out Juicy Booty. So there it is, Juicy Booty.
Juicy booty.
Juicy booty.
So thank you everyone for joining us. I have been your host, Mr. Tiger Adinaldo. And of course, as usual, is the GOAT co-host, Mr. Pun Fu Panda. Pun, tell them how they can reach you, sir.
On Instagram and Snapchat at Pun Fu Panda, and on Facebook, Pun Capasa.
And our VIP on the inside, Mr. Cameroni DiPrinzio. How can they reach you, sir?
On the gram, Cam61916. And in the Twitter sphere world, BuckSky14.
The Twitter sphere world. And if you want to reach me, you can reach me over at Tiger39. That's THAIGER 39. And you can reach me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat, SoundCloud, YouTube, Tiger39.com, MySpace, Pornhub, Plenty of Fish.
Grubhub.
Were we streaming live on
Grubhub.
Pornhub today?
We will be.
We will.
I'm
We
working
could
on
be.
it.
Hey, who
I'm
knows?
working on it.
Right?
We're gonna make that happen. You can also catch us on Spotify, iTunes, Google Podcasts, or anywhere that you listen to podcasts. Just look up 2 Endangered Mammals. We'll be right there.
Yeah.
As of right now, we don't put the sports show on there because usually by the time people are listening to podcasts, it's like old news.
Yeah, for sure.
But if you want to go back, you can go to youtube.com/Tiger39. There's a playlist there for every show. There's 2 Endangered Mammals, TEM Thursdays, TEM Sports, The Talks with Tiger. Latest episode is one with Mr. John Doe.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good time. We are the 2 Endangered Mammals. We'd like to thank everyone for tuning in.
Yep.
Pun Cam, thank y'all.
Thank you.
Once again.
For sure. Thank you.
Shout out to Bozak. Is that your sister? I can't hear you, so I'm gonna just say yes. Even if it's not, I'm gonna say yes. Shout out to the 2 lovely ladies in our studio audience right now. I'm gonna set a camera up in there so we can show the studio audience.
Oh, okay.
This has been the 2 Endangered Mammals, and we are now signing out.
Peace.